All praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ha, Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto our apostle elders which rule Great Millstone Well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, Wa Abba Babal. So this is a live update from AP, Associated Press. It says, Trump says he's not satisfied with Iran's newest peace plan. All right? So there is no peace with this so-called white man, the red devil the Bible speaks of. Now, what caught my attention was what it said in the headlines. It says, live updates. Trump's administration says war in Iran has been terminated. All right, but you just saw it said that he wasn't pleased with the peace plan because there is no peace with the so-called white race. They're the sword of the Lord. They're the wicked. All right, and they pursue blood. All right. Now it tells you, when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction. Edom says they're impoverished, but they will rebuild. All right, so it says in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Which it tells you in Job 20, verse 22, I believe it is. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, difficult times in a narrow watery place. The Hormuz Strait, which is causing financial difficulties. Every hand of the wicked, the labor, shall come upon him, which there's going to be uproars of the people, which is already happening. When he is about to fill his belly, get his new world order established, making the implantable microchip mandatory for buying and selling worldwide, our power, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, shall cast the fury upon him, cast the fury of his wrath upon him, which we've been telling you of what's to come as the prophets, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. All right, so while he's consuming, all right, the people, putting them to death or getting them to get the chip, they're going to be destroyed in the process. His kingdom, and then they're going to be enslaved and then eventually made extinct. And I'm talking about Edom, which today is the so-called white race. Their biblical name is Edom. Their nation is Edom. They go back to Esau, Aishawa, wasted away. All right? So they're going to be wasted away, destroyed. All right? Eventually, that's their future. And they have a expiration date, which we don't have the day or the hour, but we have signs to look for in the heavens and in the earth. All right. It says he shall flee from the iron weapon, the nuclear weapon, and the boat, which that's why they have bunkers. Right. That's why they're building bunkers under the White House. That's why they're building bunkers outside of America. That's why these Edomites are building billionaire bunkers. Look at the Federal Reserve. And the bow of steel shall strike him through, which they're going to be destroyed in nuclear fire. Their kingdom, and then Edom will be made extinct after 1,000 years of slavery. It is drawn, meaning it is that time, and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword, the nuclear weapon, cometh out of his gall, out of the silo, It says terrors are upon him, but those nuclear missiles are going to be terrible. All right, and it's because the king of terror is coming to meet the Edomite, and he's not going to meet him as a man, but as a god, and he's going to shake the earth with great judgment, and that main judgment is going to be here in America, aka Babylon the Great, the kingdom of Edom, which will be destroyed by fire according to biblical prophecy, and also in the Holy Land, because there's nothing but counterfeits over there. And the Lord's bringing the militaries to meet in that valley of slaughter, in the valley of Jehoshaphat, where Yahweh's judgment will take place. And all them troops that are gathered over there are going to become dust and smoke, according to the prophecy in Ezra 13, in 2nd Ezra 13. All right? It says, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle, which the ones that are in the bunkers, as it says in Revelation 6, the rich men, the kings, the captains, the freemen, the bondmen, they're going to be in bunkers and in the caves outside of America. All right, and those Edomites that survive, it's going to be even worse for them, because they're going to go right into slavery. All right. And the ones that die, they're going to be brought back through us, the Israelites, breeding these Edomites in slavery. All right. And we're going to have all the nations in slavery for 1,000 years. And then the Edomites, their expiration date is when it will take place. The Lord knows. And there'll be no more Edomites, because there be an extinct race of people, the so-called white race, the Edomites. That's their future. All right. It says, the heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The heaven is the prophets. All right. The prophets are revealing. It says heaven. The heavens which it comes down from heaven through the prophets. We go down into the Greek lexicon for that word, Shemayim, right? It says, Deuteronomy 33 verse 13, it's used as a poem, in a poem, but as destructive fire, which we're telling the heathen, right, specifically of Israel, which are the Israelites, all right? And the Lord has put prophets, and the truth is flowing out of their bellies as living water. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Wa abba babal.